In this quick video, we look at the path between Malkuth and Yesod. It is a vertical path on the pillar of consciousness and is at the lowest end of the tree, where consciousness is most attenuated into differentiation. Because it is a vertical path, it denotes changes in a similar sort of energy, that of balance. Here, Malkuth represents the particles and waves that are drawn together out of space, which is consciousness manifested, to temporarily hold together the cells that create tissues and organs and systems and bodies that allow a central nervous system to perceive the world of diversity. Yesod here is seen as the foundation of mind that perceives diversity and interprets separateness and individuality, and in so doing forms the ego. When we become aware that there is perception, at some point after conception, there is no conditioned mind to abstract the perceptions received. When we are born, we become aware of the environment, and for the first few weeks at least, there is little other than physical interference from that environment to condition the mind into accepted norms for the time. To put it more simply, a baby perceives but has no conditioned mind to interpret those perceptions until the mind becomes conditioned or taught. There is only the experiencing of what is going on at any given moment. At this point, there is no ego, no mind-made image of a separate self that needs to be constructed or maintained or held together. We are truly diverse in the individuality of our incarnated form, yet there is no sense of individuality from anything that is perceived. There is no mind to abstract and cut up the totality of what is perceived into bytes of information stored as words and concepts of duality. Thus, the totality is perceived, and connection to that totality is certainly known, if not understood, in human terms. As the mind develops and conditioning sets in, abstraction of what is perceived is drummed into us. We are also taught judgment of those perceptions and action based on that judgment. The judgments are based on what is accepted by the society we are born into. From that first pure connected state to the totality of manifestation, the ego develops as the foundation of a separate mind. The one self, as depicted in the primal glyph, is drawn up to be reflected in the secondary glyph of human consciousness on the foundation of ego and Yesod, and becomes the myself. In this way, there is a loss of unitive self to the illusory separate self in the image we call ego. The transition in the reverse from Yesod to Malkuth feels like a circular production line of millions of all kinds of forms that includes the recycling pit they fall into at the end of their usefulness. Forms rising and falling out of consciousness, bodily birth and death fit here, as do waking and sleeping states. Malkuth in this sense is the creation of the creator, and thereby being creator by nature. I think of this as Malkuth folding back to feed into Kita, the two supporting each other. Creator knowing self through or as a consequence of creation, and this is a closed circle.